Good morning, Brian. Thank you for the rain yesterday, my brother. That was a beautiful thing. And of course, we know cooler temperatures are coming, but the people that I think about often when we do this series called Behind the Badge of anybody in law enforcement and certainly firefighters, and the fact that so many of them, especially early in their careers, have to moonlight, have to have a second, sometimes a third job. We're in a place that kind of represents that. This is Colby Miller. Colby is a firefighter, actually went to Captain Shreve, so he's a homegrown local boy.
Yes, sir.
And this is yours, not all by itself, but you're one of the co-owners of what we call 7th Tap.
Yes, sir, that's correct. Yes,
this
sir.
is the Bossier City location, East Bank Entertainment District. You have that other location right across the street from Great Raft.
Well, yes, sir, off Linwood Avenue.
Off Linwood, okay.
Yes,
so this is your second job. You're a firefighter.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Like, when were you last fighting fires in terms of working at the station?
I got off yesterday. I'm on days off today.
Okay,
so.
This is your day off.
Yes, sir.
And on your day off, you're working.
Every day.
All right. Well, first of all, why become a firefighter? Why?
I was young when I got on. I felt like I wanted to be a part of something bigger than myself. I saw the camaraderie in the fire service.
Yes.
And just wanted to ultimately give back the best way possible. And in my mind, it was to become a fireman.
Yeah. The pictures that the folks at home are going to be looking at here, hopefully they are even now, show a lot of you with lots of other guys and some gals.
Yes, sir.
That's that camaraderie thing that
Absolutely,
you're talking about,
yeah.
which is a beautiful thing.
It's a true thing, yes.
It really is. All right. How many of your firefighters, give me a percentage, have to do something else to make ends meet?
I would say 90% of firemen I know and work with have a second means of income.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
They're cutting lawns, they're building fences, they're welding.
Plumbers,
all of that.
Air conditioning guys, important stuff.
Okay. So again, this is the second job, the Moonlight job for you. It's a big one.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
It's a very, very successful brewery. I'm going to come over here because the other cool thing about what's happened to you, go on the other side and show me this beer and tell me where this beer is going to be sold this fall.
So this beer is Cajun Kolsch, and this beer is going to Tiger Stadium this year, which we were very excited about. It started out the Tiger baseball stadium, Alex Box.
Wow.
And it will be in Tiger Stadium this year.
All right. Now, the other thing that I love about firefighters, they are givers. And you have a tournament, cornhole tournament coming up.
Yes, sir.
In which you're going to give all the money away. Yeah, tell us about it.
That's right. It's called Battle of the Bags. It's a first responder cornhole tournament that will benefit first responders, military, and healthcare personnel. We have multiple local charities and nonprofits that can be donated to, as well as nationwide local nonprofits and charities. Okay.
You're hoping to you've raised as much as $10,000 doing this.
Yes, sir.
It happens right here at East Bank, not right this weekend, but next.
Yes, sir. September 7th. Registration is from 11 to 12, and the tournament starts at 12 p.m.
And all the money goes to?
So we have multiple charities and nonprofits, and the winner of the tournament gets to pick which one they would like money to go to, and some of the proceeds will pick actually which ones they go to. And everyone on this block is going to be donating 10% of sales that day to the proceeds.
Okay. Again, folks, this is why I love doing this series, Behind the Badge. Not only do you meet these men and women as human beings, but and not just people wearing uniforms, but you see so many aspects of their life, and this is just an example. A really cool place, 7th Tap. Come visit. This is their location, East Bank. They've also got another one on Linwood, is that correct?
Yes, sir, Linwood Avenue.
And remember the cornhole tournament coming up. Brother Nate, coming back to you, my friend.
Rick, I really glad that you're touching on this today. We do so many of these behind the badges and have over the years, but it's kind of like we forget almost, don't we? At least in some regard, the fact that they have other jobs, that they're people outside of many being heroes on the job, that they live real lives. These men and women that are first responders, and I think this goes a long way of showing that.
Absolutely, yeah. In fact, Colby was telling me earlier, they cut lawns. He's got somebody that's got a building fences, welding, just about anything you can name. There's probably a firefighter or a law enforcement person that's involved in one way or another. It's a necessity in the career, especially early in their career.
Absolutely, well said too, and another reason why we need to go and check out places like 7th Tap. They do a good job too, by the way. And all right, we'll check back with you in just a little bit.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you, Rick.
Good morning, Brian. Behind the Badge. This is an interesting segment this morning. First of all, isn't this nice? Really beautiful location. You wonder where I am. This is 7th Tap. It's a brewery. They have 2 locations, one in Shreveport. This is their East Bank Entertainment District location. Beautiful place. The reason I'm here, it illustrates a problem. I say it's a problem. You know, I think it is. You wish we could pay these guys enough where they didn't have to have a moonlight job or a second or even a third job, but most of them do. And we've got one this morning. There he is, Colby Miller. Went to Captain Shreve High School. Now he co-owns 7th Tap. This is a moonlight job because
yes, sir.
His day job, night job, whenever we need them job, is you're a firefighter.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
In Bossier City.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. First of all, I want to start with something that I think you're going to find very interesting. You're going to pour a beer here.
Yes, sir, Cajun Kolsch.
And why are we doing this? What's significant about this beer?
This beer will be making its way to Tiger Stadium this year, football stadium. We were in Alex Box this year as well at the baseball stadium.
You're kidding.
Oh, we're very excited.
That is amazing. And you didn't know Brian Kelly, anything like that?
No, we didn't know anybody.
This
It happened organically.
organically.
Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right. That's a cool thing.
Absolutely.
Now, let's talk a little bit about your firefighting.
Yes, sir.
And I know you guys, there's so many things. You've been doing this for 9 years. But specifically, there was an incident, the Days Inn fire.
That's right.
During the big ice storm a couple of years ago. You and your captain are fighting the fire together.
Yes, sir.
On one of the second
story.
Second story.
Yes,
what
sir.
happens?
Fighting fire, and I looked to my side. He's usually next to me, and I didn't see him, so I went to look for him, and I came, and I found a huge hole in the floor, and I looked down, and he was on the bottom floor on his back.
Wow.
And
Golly.
transported him to the hospital. No major injuries.
Okay.
I think he's had some back issues since then, but he's rocking and rolling now. He's my captain still at my station.
I share this story for 2 reasons. First of all, we have to understand this is every day with you guys. I mean,
Yes,
you're
sir.
responding to all kinds of things.
Yes, sir.
But he has a second job.
He does. Yes, he does.
Shout out.
He's a welder. He owns Chad's Custom Ironworks, and he has sandblasting services. So they do sandblasting. They build fence, buildings.
You have another guy that does fencing.
Yes, sir. I got Chad Griffin. He's a captain as well, and he owns Hometown Fence out of Halton.
And a guy that mows lawns.
Yes, sir. Josh Weir. He mows lawns. Yeah, we do everything.
And it goes on and on and on and on. That's
Absolutely.
just the nature of your business. You have
Yes,
to
sir.
moonlight, or your job, your career,
Yes,
because
sir.
of the early on. You retire pretty well, but,
Yes, sir.
early on the salary is not there. Now, the other thing I love, and I've got about 30 seconds. Let's talk about this tournament that's coming up. It's going to happen
Yes,
right
sir.
out here.
Yes, sir.
And it is.
It is Battle of the Bags. It's a first responder cornhole tournament that raises money for military personnel, first responders, and healthcare professionals.
Okay.
It'll be back here September 7th. It's going to be a Saturday. Registration is from 11 to 12, and you can also register online, and the tournament starts at 12 and ends at 5 p.m. And 10% of sales will be donated from all the businesses on Hurricane Alley, and then all proceeds raised through the tournament will also be donated to multiple organizations.
Okay, you got to love it. Again, that's why I love these guys, why I love doing this series. You see them as people who you know, where would we be without law enforcement and first responders and firefighters? We'd be in a whole heck of trouble. And so we appreciate Colby and all of his fellow firefighters. And as I said, most of them have to moonlight. And so if you can,
Yes, sir.
if you can use a firefighter's local business, why not? So real quick, shout out to
Chad Hossel, that's Chad's Custom Ironworks. Chad Griffin owns Hometown Fence, and then Josh Weir, he mows yards, and you got Elite Gutter Systems. Tyler Walker owns that one. I can keep rambling.
He can
off.
keep going on, but we're out of time. And again, remember the cornhole tournament right out here behind 7th Tap. Not this weekend, but next. Coming back to you.
Yeah, Rick, the more we do this, the more I keep thinking too, it's like we always look at ways that we want to say thank you to our first responders. They deal with the worst circumstances, the fires, the shootings, things like that.
Yes,
But what a simple way to say thanks than going to their other business, maybe stopping by 7th Tap this weekend, get a beer. It's simple to do. If we're going to do that anyway, it's great to look at these first responders and help them out, give them our money. You know, that's simple. Simple thanks.
Absolutely, and when you're in Tiger Stadium, use that beer. Tiger Stadium.
Cajun Kolsch.
There you go. I'm sold. You know, just for our first responders, I'm sold. So, no, that is good stuff, Rick. And thank you for showcasing that, buddy.
Good morning, everybody. Behind the Badge, thank you, Brian. Hey, it's a good day for a beer. Show me some beer, Colby Miller.
I got you some beer.
All right, now people are wondering, what in the world behind the badge? A beer? What are we doing here? Why am I showing this particular beer, Colby?
This is our Cajun Kolsch, and this beer will actually be making its way to Tiger Stadium this year.
Whoa! Wait a minute. Where?
Tiger Stadium.
Where was it last year?
It was in Alex Box Stadium. So
Are
the
you
baseball
kidding
stadium.
me?
So this year it will be in the football stadium.
Goodness gracious!
I know,
All right,
we're
well
excited.
that's wonderful news.
Yes, sir.
That would be a reason enough to come and visit you.
Yes, sir.
But the reason I'm here is because Colby is a firefighter in Bossier City, has been for 9 years, and this is his second job. Okay, this is Seventh Tap. Really cool place. They have a location in Shreveport, and this one in the East Bank Entertainment District. Beautiful place.
Thank you.
But it illustrates the situation that so many people in law enforcement and in firefighters, first responders, they all have to have second jobs.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
You were saying 9 out of 10 of you guys have a second job,
I have
Colby?
no doubt. Yes, sir. 90%.
90%.
Yes, sir.
Real quick, I want to, just so you know that we're not kidding you, when you go to Tiger Stadium, watch those Tigers whip up on whoever they're going to whip up on this year. There it is. It's called the Cajun Kolsch, and that's an incredible achievement.
Thank
it really
you.
is.
Thank you
But
very much.
let's talk about, for instance, I want to give you a story. Days in, big fire during the
Yes, sir.
big ice storm.
Yes, sir.
You and your captain are working together. What happens?
Absolutely. So we're fighting fire on the second story in one of the rooms, completely blacked out. We couldn't see very well, and he's usually next to me, and all of a sudden he's not. So I'm searching for him, and I found a huge hole in the floor, and I look down, and he's on his back on the first floor.
Wow.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is what they do, okay?
Yes, sir.
This is why we love them and appreciate them. But it also illustrates that captain who fell through the floors
Yes, sir.
has a second job.
He does. Yeah, he's a hard worker. Yes, sir.
What does he do?
He owns a welding company called Chad's Custom Ironworks.
All right, if I need a fence,
Chad Griffin, Hometown Fence.
if I need my lawn mowed,
Josh Weir.
and that you could go on and on
Oh,
and
on and
on.
on. Yes, sir.
Whether they own the business, they're doing something on the side.
Yes, sir.
Moonlighting.
Absolutely, yeah.
Out of necessity, especially early
sir.
in their careers.
Yes, sir.
All right, this is the second half of you call this the second
This is
bar
the back bar.
here.
Yes, sir.
All right, the cool thing that's going to happen right out here, folks, in not this weekend, but next, that would be September 7th. Colby?
Yes, sir. It's going to be Battle of the Bags. It's a first responder cornhole tournament that raises money and proceeds that go to law enforcement, firefighters, first responders, military, and healthcare personnel. We have plenty of local nonprofits and charities, and actually ones nationwide that can be donated to.
Okay. Happens right out here, cornhole, right?
Yes, sir.
And
September
all
7th.
the money. You're not going to pocket any of this?
No. It's all going, all the proceeds are going to multiple foundations.
Name some.
We have the Be Exact Foundation that was actually created by a Bossier City fireman for his son. We have Holiday, Bright, First Warrior. We have, I'm sorry, there's so many. We have Bossier K9. We have Gold Star Families. We have the Leary Firefighter Foundation.
Beautiful.
Operation Bright Holiday. That's what I
love
was trying
it.
to get out earlier.
Love it, love it.
We have plenty to donate to.
All right, out of time, but again, Nate, that just gives you an idea of how wonderful these guys are and how necessary they are for all of us. And how you and I have talked about this, that if you have to use a local business, why not use one that is involved in one way or the other in making all our lives more safe? And
Yes,
that would
sir.
be a firefighter.
Yes, sir.
So we got fence making, we
Fence,
got lawn mowing, we
welding,
got welding.
Sandblasting.
Just about anything you
Pools,
can name.
gutters, yeah.
Or if you like a good beer that's going to be in Tiger Stadium, come to 7th
Yeah,
Tap.
come check us out.
Coming back to you, brother.
Yeah, I tell you, I'm a big fan of 7 Tap. Been there before. The food they have is excellent. Some of the best food trucks. But a side note too, Rick.
Great burgers. Great burgers.
For sure, completely agree. But I was thinking that if you're out and about, you're enjoying all that they have to offer, and an emergency happens. Let's just say, God forbid, a fire breaks out. You got a firefighter right there. He already knows what to do. So.
Right here. That's right.
Yeah.
Heart attack? who better? If you're going to have a heart attack, have it here. Boom.
We got it covered.
No, you sure do. And a big thanks to all of our first responders doing big things. And yes, we need to stop by and check them out.
Thank you, Brian. You're going to love this place. 7th Tap, just opened up in the East Bank Entertainment District. A beautiful location. Look at this. Just gorgeous. Why am I here with Behind the Badge? Well, I'm going to get to that. But first of all, I want to make a big announcement here. As you guys know, I love the LSU Tigers. And what you're about to see is going to be a part of Tiger Stadium very soon. Colby Miller, what is that? We got a beer. We got you. What's going on?
This is Cajun Kolsch, and like Rick said, this will be in Tiger Stadium this year. It started out in Alex Box Stadium, and it's making its way to the big one.
That's a local beer.
Yes, sir.
Brewed right here at
Shreveport
7th Tap in Shreveport-Bossier. Tiger Stadium was
Yes,
in
sir.
Alex Box. Okay, that's amazing. But here's what's interesting as well. Colby's a firefighter. Bossier City, 9 years. All right. You love what you do.
That's right.
Okay? I want to give an illustration of what you guys do and the reason we're at 7th Tap.
Yes, sir.
Let's go back to the ice storm several years ago.
Okay.
Big Days Inn fire.
Yes, sir.
You and your captain, second, third floor, fighting the fire. What happens?
Yes, sir. We're on the second floor, low visibility, fighting fire, just doing work. And I realized my captain's not next to me anymore. I started searching, and I found a huge hole in the floor. And I looked down, and my captain's on his back on the first floor. So, yeah.
All right, why do I mention that? Okay, because we love these guys and we appreciate what they do. The second thing is that captain has a second job.
He does. Yes, sir.
He has to
does.
moonlight.
Yes, sir. He does. He has to. He's a welder. Yeah, he owns a welding business.
And then you got another one that builds fences.
Yes, sir. Chad Griffin owns Hometown Fence out of Halton.
Mows lawns.
Mows lawn. Yeah, Josh Weir mows lawns.
Swimming pools.
Yeah, Dalton Elliott puts in swimming pools.
You just go down the list.
Yes, sir.
That's
Yes, sir,
the
you can.
thing. They have to moonlight. You've got that second thing going on, especially early in your career. You got to
Yes,
make
sir.
a little money. You want to support your family.
Yes, sir.
And this is your second job.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
right here is 7th Tap. Fantastic burgers.
Yes,
They're
sir.
smash
Thank
burgers.
you.
People,
Oh.
man, they rave about this place. Gorgeous location. But I wanted you to understand that when you see these guys doing what they do, and we do appreciate them, we're talking about law enforcement too. We're talking about police. All of these guys, most of them, 9 out of 10, you say, Colby, have a second job.
Yes, sir. 90%.
Here's the other thing that they do that I love. They are involved in this community in a variety of ways. One of the things is going to happen right out here.
Yes, sir.
A cornhole tournament.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about it.
It's going to be a first responder cornhole tournament called Battle of the Bags, and money will be raised and proceeds given to foundations and nonprofits that will help out military, first responder families, and healthcare personnel.
And so it's going to happen right out here in the parking lot behind 7th Tap,
Yes,
East
sir.
Bank.
Yes, sir.
Not this weekend, but next.
Yes, sir. September 7th, the tournament is from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Registration is from 11 to 12 p.m.
And all the money is going to go to really good causes.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
A lot of local nonprofits and charities.
And again, it just illustrates, and why I love doing this series Behind the Badge, these guys and gals are amazing people who are absolutely essential to a civilized society. So if you get a chance, Nate, Brian, and you need somebody to mow your lawn or fix a fence
Yes, sir.
or
Put in a pool.
do a pool, think about somebody that may be a firefighter that has this second job.
Yes, sir.
Coming back to y'all.
Absolutely, Rick. And as we were saying earlier, what a simple thank you. You know, we always talk about ways to honor the men and women that
Yes.
wear the badge or the first responders, but simply, thinking outside of the box and saying, hey, if we're going to get a beer this weekend, why not swing by 7th Tap, help Colby out and some others. And, I
Boom.
think it goes a long way.
Thank you is a good word because we need to be eternally grateful for what they do for us. I tell you what, if you get in trouble, we sometimes run away, they run to it.
Absolutely.
Thank God for them.
Absolutely. Well said, Rick. Thank you, buddy. And if you happen to know a first responder or a law enforcement officer here in the Arklatex that's doing big things to help the community, or maybe they did one really special thing and you want the world to know about it, you can email their story to us at ktbs.com. That would be behindthebadge@ktbs.com.